Hello again to another session of the letter. On the last session, we basically got our boy Ashton finally made it to the mansion after a pretty interesting confession done by Rebecca. So, when finally inside the mansion, well, of course, he was chased prior, and then he eventually fell down to what we dubbed the sex dungeon, where eventually he find Marianne. So from there, got Marianne through some teamwork, and eventually they're gonna both explore inside the mansion and hope to find both Luke and Hannah right. So, let's get another round of this intense monologues, shall we? Let's hit this big continue button right here as it would stare me at the face. Alright, I guess let's see. Yeah, I think this is new right here. Occasionally she'll stop and find perches on the wall to catch her breath. But throughout the short walk, she asks for neither a break nor assistance. I suppose it's something we have in common. Eventually, we get to a dead end. Although before I can question her on it, she begins palming for something on the wall. Oh, excuse me. Burping. Tracing her fingers along the weathered edges of the brick with a frown on her face. Madeline, I think this is your character, if you can voice it.
May have to unmute you.
If you
I didn't do that. That's not something I did. Talk on mute. Nope. It should be somewhere here. I think.
What the hell are you doing?
She merely holds up a hand, begging for my silence to continue searching. Then, without warning, a few minutes later, something clicks. A portion of the wall shifts ajar to reveal a glimpse of another room. Bottles lining the walls, liquor barrels for aging. Wine cellar, indeed.
The ladder to the kitchen is on the far end of this room.
Surreal. This is all... Okay, this is all nothing but a surreal nightmare, but after everything, should this even surprise me? Ghosts, curses, hidden passages? I can't even bring myself to question the existence of this door anymore. I simply follow her to the undercroft without a single question, in spite of the number of them already swimming inside my head. As a kid, I used to crave for this kind of adventure. The stuff of mystery, detective novels, daring chases, interesting cases to solve, suspects to put behind bars, justice to serve. I was blinded, I admit. Now, I simply want this to be over. We leave for the door open in the case there's a need for a quick exit, especially after she mentions it's the only chance she has been able to open the door last time. We can't waste time finding the switch again on the occasion something goes horribly wrong. There's bound to be, with me feeling this high-strung and tense, I'm not even sure why I thought it'd be a good idea to enlist Michelob's help. Although she has been quite helpful so far, I can't shake off the horrible feeling something's going to happen to her if she stays with me. Even I'm her safest bet if she wants to get out of this place alive. Oh.
Is this the ghost or is this Luke?
You don't really believe that, don't you?
Oh.
Did you say something?
Michelob pauses mid-step, turning to me confused.
I didn't.
You sure? I just heard.
Don't you think I'll be the first person who'll know? Look, the ladder leading to the kitchen's up ahead. You might want to hurry. I just want to be done with this place.
See? You attract another one.
Is this her friend?
Could be...
I'm wondering if it's...
It could be the friend we
The
don't...
dead
Maybe the
friend? The dead friend?
Or the dead friend.
Possibly.
If there's the dead friend, that's me.
Well, we're
Okay.
about to find out. This time I'm sure. This really is a voice. Well, voices. Despite the look of protest Michelob shoots me, I find myself stopping and looking for it, searching for the immediate surrounding of a familiar form of the woman. I didn't even have to venture too far from where I'm standing. Just arm length away from me, mirror shards littered the floor. On the right, the biggest fragments. They speak.
Oh.
Oh, No, they all speaking in unison. Hold on.
Creepy.
Is that like?
Oh,
Is
is
that
that
like all
supposed to
of
be?
his friends?
Yeah,
that's
all
all
the
his
ghosts.
friends, and I think because that looks like Rebecca. That's Zach,
Zach?
and then I believe this is definitely not Isabella, but it could be.
Oh, one of them. That's probably Isabella. Like Isabella, Zach, and
Probably
Rebecca,
Well,
and then
I
Ghostface.
guess.
One has like pink hair, but yeah, I'm not sure that one in the bottom left.
Well, we'll take it an assumption that's probably
Bella's
Isabella, because that's like 3 of his friends right there. So
that would make sense.
and that. All singing the same mocking tune against my ears, letting it echo throughout the small undercroft. Murmurs and laughter, jeering, scoffing, deriding, lacing venoms into every crevice in my head, haunting me. So, I think they're all saying this in unison, so I'm
Do it
not
at the same
sure.
time.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
so we need our Rebecca,
One.
our Zach, and our Isabella. So whoever's gonna do it, count to 3.
1, 2,
2.
3. You dragged another person into this, Ashton.
Alright,
I'm
that's,
terrified, guys.
that's good. That's perfect. 10 out of 10.
Good job.
Terrifying.
Alright, do it again.
So Maria's
To,
not here.
to another one of your
Your
silly little problems,
problems,
all
all
because
because you can't fix them on your own.
On your own.
Oh, ooh, ooh.
She's just like,
Really?
Have
You
changed, have
haven't
you?
changed,
Some
here
here
you
you are. Oh, I feel like we all should just say this.
Are they alcoholic ghosts?
Yeah, it sounds like a spooky talking and more like more like somebody trying to
like,
act,
Well-
a drunken
act on
person
these,
trying to
like,
insult you.
If I had one of those
really,
like,
script.
He's just like holding his hands. I can't take it. It's so stupid. It's so annoying.
he just like Ashton has a flashback to like when he used to do like reading groups back in his school for like Shakespeare. It's just like,
It's like they're 8 trying to talk in unison.
all right,
Useless.
Useless.
useless,
Yo,
pathetic. Return the slab.
pathetic.
You're wrong.
My mistake lies in the first instance I've answered. The very denial has slipped from my mouth. The words have also seeped into my heart, allowing to prod it at and rouse my temper. Despite knowing they are merely doing this to goad me, each word, each syllable trickles into me, spurring the gut I hope I have long buried. Are we? Or is that simply
what
you've been telling yourself all this time?
Something to make yourself feel better, perhaps. You're the one who took that letter out of Phil's hand that day. You're the one who opened it. How does it
How's it
feel, I
feel,
wonder?
Mr.
To
Krabs?
be responsible for all of this.
What do you think I'm doing? Why do you think I'm still trying to fix this?
Oh,
but you
No, but you
can't.
can't. It's already
It's
too
already too late,
late.
and you know that. You
and
know
I
all
know
of this is futile.
futile. Is it futile or
Pronounced different
futile?
ways.
Everyone
Futile.
pronounce it different.
Just
face it,
Ashton
Ashton
Ray,
Ray,
you're
you're
a
a
failure,
failure,
and
they're
you're the ones who have to pay for it. A badge and a gun, you still can't protect your own friends. Can't even solve the case of the old man.
How do we know about that? Can't even bring right
Luke
to
right to
justice.
Justice.
Can't
Can't
even
even keep his
own
own
family
family together. No wonder they left you before they did the same thing to them. Mom and Dad are better off a little old you, aren't they? They're a good thing they had
They
sense.
had defense.
Pitiful, isn't it? Some detective you are, some friend you are, some son you are.
God, Ed, your voice.
You might as well just
Might
throw
as well
all that
throw
drink
it
away.
Throw all that drink
No
away.
You're
use
not
to
use
put
to
it away.
put it away. There's no more Luke in this.
Oh yeah.
Marianne, you gotta knock him out
Oh
or
my
something.
God.
It's annoying.
Luke is just there talking shit.
I feel like if this is gonna be a current thing in the part of this chapter, let's just kind of cycle through it so it doesn't sound
Yeah.
terrible. So we take turns.
Okay, okay, that's fine.
All
What's
right.
better of all is what this asshat is.
All right. So I'm sorry. Did you say your lines?
Shut it!
Okay, that's
Who
perfect.
names their game if they're gonna kill you anyway?
I hate this. I hate how this monster can easily get through to me. Every weakness, every insecurity it knows. To hear it said in my friend's voice, even more so. But what I hate above all of it is
You know it's true.
all right, all right, Zach.
All of it.
All right, then me. Why all you
It's
can?
Dude, tell us to shut up. You don't want to hear a single word because you're already aware of it. Ooh, spooky voices. You can't even admit to yourself. Who's the coward now?
Woo woo.
But no matter
No
how
matter
hard
how
you
you
try,
try.
you're not gonna be able to save anyone.
Woo.
Woo.
Oh my God. You basically blast, not a single word anymore.
We all
A
gotta add
single
the.
woo.
We gotta add the woo.
So many woo
Woo.
getting in my head.
In the end, your own incompetence will eventually lead to the deaths of everyone you've ever cared about.
It laughs, sharp and piercing. As it sounds, something in me snaps. A rage hastily, unfairly, red, filling my vision. And the next thing I know, I'm raising my hand and something grabs at my wrist, followed by a buzz of another voice breaks through the haze.
I think it's Marianne.
At the very end.
Where we yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Don't listen to it!
The fog from my mind lifts. Every sound, every noise returns to me, flooding every senses. All at once, there's the deafening silence. Excuse me. Oh, that's not good. Ooh. I burped a lot where...
Oh wow.
Oh,
It's
no.
okay. We are.
Who's stealing my alcohol down there?
Look, it's some tasty aged liquor down here,
Supposed to
right?
be up. I'm hearing voices here. It's so good.
This one has some dank Moscato. Alright. Slowly, I become aware of my surroundings. Bottles of wines, barrels of liquids, the faint old scent of death, decay every somewhere. And a hand holding onto my wrist as to keep me from hurting myself. In my hands, a shard. Blood drips from where it was cut from my palm, traveling down my wrist until it disappears behind my sleeve. Not too deep. God damn it. Even
Negligent.
there is a pain, however, a different kind. An ache somewhere else that seems that stems not from the wound, but from every single word has hit. When I glance up at Mikola, she merely stares at me with wide, horrified eyes.
Don't listen to it. No matter what happens, don't do what it says. It's how it gets us.
My grip on the shard falters, but only after I nod and drop it entirely does she release her grip. Afterwards, she simply steps back and looks away, hugging her arms close to herself. She breathes a sigh, heavy. Perhaps weighted from her own guilt, with this monster might have used against her.
Come on, we're getting close.
She walks off without another comment, but there's worrying her as she gives the fragments one last glimpse. On the ground, they lie lifeless now. No more voices, no more insults. But even as I walk away, one whispered taunts continue to ring in my ears.
It's useless,
Miss Ashton Faye. You
are going to die. And you're going to die alone. Woo!
Fear.
Goddamn Twitter comment.
Damn.
The one thing has long kept in the darkness placed in my heart. That one small part of me wishes for. The trap door swings open without much of a fuss. Oh, good, it's unlocked. It It isn't even locked. Probably left open for when the Wrights ask for some midnight snack. Really? Alright. Make sure the coast is clear, of course, before I pull myself and help Meetup up. The butler of theirs is nowhere to be seen. He's probably sleeping, attending to his master, doing some extra late-night work before turning in for the night. Meanwhile, Wright won't touch anything to do with the menial chores. Not even with a 10-foot pole. It's next to impossible for him to linger here. No servants. No anyone. And just as easy as that, we're in. Gently, I close the hatch. If things go well, the same path will be our way out. If our luck doesn't hold, that's not an option now, is it? I have people waiting for me. I really don't want to think what might happen. Sometimes it's best we simply revel in the little victories. They're great blessings when everyone else is going against you. In a place like this, fraught with unknown dangers, it's feelings that last only but a second. Suddenly a sob, ringing out of some distant part of the house, echoing it as its empty halls. Beside me, slumped on the ground, pale, breathing heavily, Meetup immediately tenses. Her eyes goes wide, and she grips on the side of the counter with a force that might be enough to crack it, if only she has the strength. As it is, she can barely stand. She hasn't fully recovered. Makes sense for her, of the 3 or more days without proper food or water. And it's this
Pour her a glass of water. You're in a kitchen, Jesus.
Let me monologue. But that fear puts the fear in her eyes. She's aware.
Who is monologuing in my basement?
God damn it, look, Greg, chill. If this something happens, there's a need to run. She won't be able to. She's a liability at this point.
Holmes, I really don't think going any further is a good idea.
You want to go back to the dungeon?
Look at this place. Everything seems fine. Nothing's off. Maybe we should just go? I really don't like the sound of that.
You don't have to come with me, just until the kitchen, yeah? We're already here. You've done your part. From here on out, I'm going on my own.
Yes, I said that, but...
Can you even stand?
She doesn't answer.
You'll only be putting yourself in more danger if you follow after me. You have an easy way out of here. Stay here. Get some water. Once you're okay, I need you to get yourself out of this place.
Should you at least get her to the door? You're
Just
not a
like,
gentleman.
just make her like eggs, bacon, and maybe like a nice bottle of wine.
I'll make you some pancakes.
Yee. Make pancakes.
I'm not going to leave you.
Well, I'm not taking you with me either, lady. So it's here or out there.
You really are mad, aren't you?
We probably all will be if no one fixes this little curse problem we have.
You think you'll find something in here? This is just a mansion, for God's sake!
Maybe. It's worth a shot. Besides, if what we're hearing right now says anything, I'd say scumbags,
Who?
Oh, right. He must be knee-deep in trouble and he has no idea about it.
Nicola still appears that she's about to argue, so instead of more words, I unholster my taser and hand it to her. A standard issue for every member of the Luxborn police force, but it shouldn't take a genius to know how to aim and fire one. Too bad you can only fire it once, or it'd be useless. Even Isabella may just be able to use it without training. Yet Miss Interior Designer Extraordinaire stares at it as I just handed her something particularly nasty.
Listen, you want to wait? Fine. I'm leaving this with you. Use it to zap the ghost or something. But if I don't come back here within 15 minutes, I want you to backtrack and get the hell out of here.
Wait, what do you mean backtrack? Go back in the basement?
To the dungeon.
How to go out the front door? God.
I don't know. Are you daft, Holmes? I already told you.
In case something goes wrong, I need someone who can tell people what's going on. Who can tell my friends what might have happened here. They're at the crawl. You know the place, right?
I trail off, letting the meaning of my words hang in the air. I don't want to be optimistic about this, really. However, I'm going against something almost everyone can't quite understand. Just being realistic with my chances. Meetup seems to understand this as well after what I've said. Any sign of protest has already died from her tongue, and she simply looks at the taser quietly. After a moment, she just nods. Beyond the walls of this room, the cries continue to grow louder, and I take it as a sign to leave. Without another word, I slip out of the door. Like a siren call, her voice beckons. Finding out who that is seems a good place to start as any. I keep to the shadows for the most part. Not that there's any need to. This place just feels empty. Odd. When a house is this big, it should have a large staff. You think there'd be one or two roaming about for some late-night chores, or someone seeking out whoever's creating this ruckus? There's none, however.
Shouldn't they have security posted inside as well?
Unless their security means the butler, though I doubt Scumbag's that sloppy. He loves his life more than anything. Probably more than his own wife. Damn. The things he's done, he's bound to make more than an enemy or two. He's also the guy who'll do anything to keep himself safe. Alive.
I wonder what they'll say when he finds out there's something not human living here with him in his own house.
Probably tell him to ask for rent, but potential dangers aside, being my own grants me a greater degree of mobility, which is I'm more comfortable with. Sure, I should have enlisted Michelob's help. Next to the people who owns it, she'll probably be the one who's most familiar with the mansion. But the cons of bringing her outweighs the pros. Better off someplace a quick exit in sight. No tag along, I only have to worry about myself and watch my back. Selfish, I know.
But necessary.
Damn it, you still talk to your monologues? What the hell? In the same manner, this whole plan is, no matter how idiotic this going into this is. Besides,
You know he wanted to be alone just so we can monologue for longer.
yeah, no interruptions.
Oh my god, I'm watching this man on camera and I'm falling asleep.
He's just standing there like nodding to his head.
Good plan, Ashton. Yeah, Ashton, let's go with that plan.
Alright. Besides, I don't really need a guide when the house layout is fairly simple, almost mirrored with a few modifications in the room. Although I've only been here once, I think I've already a good grasp of this place ins and out. As long as you can tell which is east and west, it shouldn't be too hard to find my way around. After the dining room, the main foyer should be the next thing that greets me, where the woman that cries are leading me. Honestly, after what happened outside, I'm not even sure I should be trusting what I'm hearing. Though the whole house somehow seemingly devoid of any of its inhabitants, I am inclined to look into this. More than surviving this curse, a huge part of this is my training speaking.
I just hope this isn't a crime scene I'm walking into.
But nothing's ever that simple, isn't it? Not when you're dealing with the supernatural. Nope. Because as soon as my feet crosses into the next room, something shifts. Oh no!
Oh, it's this version of it.
I did a little redecorating. I'm sorry about
Oh
that.
my.
Do you like it?
Is it Halloween already? Because I feel like when we started, it was like Halloween season.
Strawberry jelly all over the wall.
Oh god.
I'm scared.
Yes, I haven't cleaned it up yet. Sorry about that.
Okay, it's way past New Year's. It needs to be cleaned now, bruh. Alright, in a flash, nearly without fanfare.
Well, maybe you weren't talking so much.
Because I love to talk to myself in my brain cells.
Let me describe all of this room here.
It's like a hyena when he needs to laugh.
Ed was a masterclass in characterization compared to you, Ashton.
It happens to blink of eye. I almost missed it. One moment they're real. The next, I'm standing alone in the foyer. In a brief instant, I pause, glancing wildly around the place, blinking twice as if my movements will spurn the vision back. Yet, nothing. No blood dripping on the walls, none trailing down the stairs or pooled on the floor. No eyes watching my every moment. Only the same cries gradually growing and intensely the longer I dally along with the voice, even though I still hear like cars in the background. Oh, who wants to be Ghost Lady?
Are we sure it's a lady?
Yeah, let's do it.
What?
Could it be a kid? Like Kid Ash?
Oh, if it's someone, yeah, that's your mother.
Desperate.
Where are you, Mother?
Where are you, Mother?
Oh boy.
Wait, who's doing this?
Well, I guess since Justin hasn't voiced in a long time, I guess it's fair. Pleading.
Mother, please. I don't want to be alone.
Coming from the same direction I've heard the cries from. Upstairs. The place is not entirely empty. Then, a better question now is who? Definitely not the scumbag or the butler. I've yet to see the hide nor hair of them. Not knowing their whereabouts puts me on the edge. I have to be careful not to make any noise or be seen. Maybe the wife, though one can't really tell if it's her. The way the walls echoes her voice. Nonetheless, it pushes me to move. Almost taking 2 steps at a time, despite the sickening feeling that something's lurking behind every great shadow, every small corner I pass. As if the house had several eyes watching my every movement. As if something alive dwells behind the walls itself. Ellipses. Ah! I try to shake it off. But the uneasy sensation has already made home at the pit of my stomach dread, and it only grows deeper the closer I get to her. That very conveniently open door. The relative's emptiness of this place doesn't help either. Neither does the harsh wind, the battering windows, nor the sheets of rain pelting down the roof. And who left these damn windows open?
Yeah, but who let the windows open? It's raining outside.
I know, right? It's like it's gonna be like a pool of water here. The maids are not gonna have a good time.
The floors are gonna be ruined.
Alright, for fleeting seconds, I found myself wishing the scumbag to simply show up now. I don't get too far down that train of thought. Abruptly, the cries stop, replacing it with,
Mother, please. She's here. She's here, Mother. She's going to take me. She won't leave. Mother. Mother. I don't want to go with her. Tell her to go away. Mother, she's here. Help!
that
I don't know who
can't
this
be
is.
good.
This is so weird.
Oh my god.
Adrenaline overcomes me in the rush. Another 2 heartbeats, my feet are already moving. Before any sense can catch up or doubt creeps up to me. My hands ready at the holster as I hastily set off the far side of the hall. One alarm footstep after another, while struggling to keep with this sense of panic at bay. A door lies ajar at the end, coming from the floor above.
She's going to hurt me. Help me.
I do not hesitate. Moving in, despite the lack of light, the steep stairs, or the thick layer of dust kicking up with every step. I pause only a moment upon reaching the top. Then, without wasting a second, I push the door open. She sits in the middle of the room, shoulders hunched, shaking. Her hands covered her face as she wept, oblivious to my presence. It is as if she has heard neither my footstep nor the soft creaking of the door, continually undisturbed, like I'm standing in a time far removed from her. She doesn't even flinch when I call out to her.
Hey, are you alright?
Mother, I've done it, Mother. Take me with you, please, away from this horrible man. I can still hear her. I can still hear her. She's here. Help me. Help me, please. I can't take these monologues anymore.
Monologues.
But lately, I monologue even more. I notice the blood in her hands, the same ones drenching the whole attic. I'd rather not know. How the whole room has ended up like this, at least in my problems at the moment, but even a single human body doesn't have this much blood. So bodies? The thought sends an unpleasant twinge in my stomach. Does Wright even know about this? Bad news is alright, but this is beneath him. He'll definitely balk at the first sight of it, anyone will. Yet the woman lingers here, unmoved by the sight, letting her sobs fill the room, repeating the words over and over again like a prayer of salvation. To whom? The mess of parchment has she left on the floor? Just what the hell is happening?
Hey, lady, are you...
The rest of that question never makes it out. I don't even see it coming. She should have been more aware on guard, really. But there's little I can do when a well-placed blow to the back of my knees makes me stumble. And a moment alone sends me reeling forward.
Guess who it is?
I barely even registered in my head that the woman is gone, and the room is normal as it can be. Not above the pain suddenly shooting up my side when I hit the floor. I don't even get a chance to get my bearings back when a hard enough blow to the stomach causes me to buckle down and land heavily on my knees. Gasping, I fumble widely for my gun. Although before I'm able to turn it, level and shoot, a hand grabs my wrist and twists it. Hard. A gasp. A grunt. A cry of sharp pain.
Yes, we get it, Ashton.
Let me monologue my description of my freaking fall, bruh. The gun falls into the floor with a thunk. And as soon as it lands, a foot kick to my reach and slides it uselessly under the bed.
Even when he's in pain, he's
You describe every action that's happening.
Let me give you the definition of agony here. So if I open up the Wikipedia, just kidding.
It says Ashton's monologues, right?
Yeah, right. It's like the newest entry definition under it now. All right. So agony suddenly explodes in my chin, jerking loose a sharp cry of pain and stars fill the edges of my vision. A brief moment of regret hits me, leaving my taser when Nicola, a piece of cloth, closes around my neck. Without warning, my attacker pulls tight. I left gasping, choking, and crawling for air, blindly reaching behind me as I try to fight him off and loosen the pressure in my neck, except any sort of movement will cause him to pull it at tut. I think I know who this is, but
I think it's Johannes.
Yeah, this is definitely Johannes.
Who wants to be the lips man?
Who's who?
Okay, Johannes is like he's like a German.
She gave him this crazy lisp every time he talked. I don't know.
If you don't want to do that, just try to sound very German. It's an alternative.
Or Brandon, if you want to be a character. I mean, I'm assuming it's not Luke. It may be Luke.
Yeah, Luke is too
No, this is definitely Johannes.
This is Johannes.
It's pretty professional.
100%, yeah. But do you want to give a shot, Senpai, or?
Sure. So, right. Would he have a deep voice or a higher pitched voice?
He's definitely
higher.
He's deep in the voice act in the English.
He's German, so whichever Germans sound like to you.
Ginger hair.
Yeah.
My. So many rats scurrying about in this mansion lately.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
That's
Writes
it.
Butler. Shit! It's gonna ruin my monologues! Right, Slack.
That's him again. I think he's
Yeah.
Tell me, what did you do with the madam?
I have no idea what he's talking about. Did something happen to Hannah Wright?
What? Go, you asshole!
Now, Doomkoff, you're in no position to be rude. Last time I checked, I'm not the one breaking into other people's homes. Now answer my question. What did you do with the madam?
The pain rings and resonates through my already sore body. Still, I managed to write it out and spit a mutinous.
Fuck you!
Keep that dirty mouse babbling and you're getting a knife in the kidney. I assure you, it will be more painful than this.
He really doesn't need to threaten me by now. It's all too much to bear at this point. My lungs are already burning with the lack of air. Dark spots begin to fill the edges of my visions. Even ever so slightly, the world around me dims. There goes my monologues. Even unconscious is my monologue going away. My consciousness already slips away from me, and without meaning to. Oh, I think I know who this is.
Marianne,
Here we are. Save the day. I need to return to my monologues.
Get away from him!
Hearing that voice, it's have already been doused with a bucket full of ice cold water. Familiar, too familiar. And more importantly, I should be here. I should be hearing it here. She shouldn't be here. Immediately, my eyes snap open.
There's
It's Isabella! Holy shit! She's with a rolling pin! Holy shit!
Rolling pin and a taser?
And a taser, yeah.
Fuck, dude! She's dual wielding.
She came strapped.
Hell yeah, dude!
Isabella's Bay, man.
You know, if she becomes like a grandmother, she'll have a chancla. That's like the ultimate weapon, dude.
Right.
Alright, so, sorry. Right there, right on the attic doorway, stands Isabella of all people. A rolling pin in one hand and a standard issue police taser in the other. My taser. She must have borrowed from Mikola. Where else could she gotten one? I doubt she ever used one. Even hell, the way she holds it right now, the guy can easily disarm her in one hit. There's something in her. In her eyes. Although the look of fear in them, her hand shakes. She keeps the weapons trained and pointed at scumbag's lackey. Untrained or not, she does not plan to leave here without putting up a fight, it seems. Admirable, really, but it's something we really need right now. I need her to be away from here. I need her safe. But the chances of that happening grow slim with every laughter that slips from him.
Oh, this is just getting better and better. The bratwurst won't be pleased with the number of bodies we have to dispose today, you know?
Oh, wow.
Okay, just because he's German.
Yes. Tell me, how many of you are here so I can prepare the proper number of bags?
Damn it!
like sausage bags, like he's gonna turn us into.
No! Don't turn me to the German sausage!
Oh my god, dude. That's great, man.
Don't turn me to German sausage!
That's not.
Ah! Just kidding. What the fuck is going on? Why is she here in the first place? Did she follow me after? Who else came with her? Zach? Rebecca? They're all here?
So many story updates.
All these updates, yeah.
Panic surges within me. She knows how bad the situation is, but she really have to run here and expose herself like that? Does she even know how to use a taser?
We're getting like a...
Oh, Brandon, is that you, buddy? Or who is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, never mind. I'm panicking for no reason. Does she even know how to use a taser? For fuck's sakes, more worrying than for my life. It's her I'm concerned about. Getting strangled, dying by choking is a part of the plan, man. But following her following me in here isn't either. This is why I prefer to do things alone. This is why I'd rather be the only one to take the consequences. Hold on, I still got 2 more pages describing this. I don't
literally just like Isabella is like calm down, the German guy, like Johannes is just like, really, like, are you just gonna keep thinking while I'm strangling you?
I
Like,
do like the animation effect, like look at this, like look at this wiggly effects here. It's like
Yeah.
it's like so lazy
It would
with
be
the
really
animation.
dramatic if the scene only lasted like a minute, but as it drags on, it becomes more and more like.
Yeah, you start to notice like the mistakes in the animators and stuff. It's funny. Alright. I don't even want to think what this bastard might do to her after he's done with me. Though my voice comes off nearly a croak, I try to tell her as much. She has to leave. Stay far away from here to these people.
Don't. Damn it, Isabella, you're holding the taser wrong. Get out of here.
The safety is on, Isabella!
You know, when this scene happened, I literally got up, cooked some dinner, and now I'm back, and we're still on the scene.
Yeah.
The amount of monologue.
The amount of pain erupted at my side, cutting off my words. A cry of agony burst from my mouth. I could taste blood in my tongue as I heave, attempting to get in as much air as despite the towel still coiled around my neck. I think,
Ash! Stop monologuing!
I can't! I still have 2 more pages to read!
You're going to lose air quickly that way, Doomkov. Better keep it shut.
Get out, Belle, out.
Don't be stupid! I'm not leaving you here!
He laughs.
I love that laugh.
Too cruel, too unforgiving. Each note beat against my ears in spite of the warmth of them sent chills down my spine. This is a man whose hands have already strained with blood before. Won't hesitate.
I'd follow his advice if I were you, little girl. What could you possibly do with a toy? Just hand it over and be on your way. It'll probably be too difficult for a little girl like you to use.
There's a moment of silence. Fuck, I can barely keep my
That's the
monologues open.
audacity for me.
But the next seconds, I can't still exactly understand what's happening. Isabella shouts. Not a cry of pain. Not a yell of panic. That's one resolute.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Perhaps in the tone that lingers
That's right,
fiercer
girl.
than have
Kick
I
some
heard from
ass.
her before.
Try me.
Oh.
Ashton, duck. I'm a poor shot.
I do. More of an instinct.
But it's my turn to be Goose.
More out of
Being
instinct. Alright, more out of instinct, a desire to survive, closing my eyes before my mind can fully process what's going on. All happens in a blur.
Oh, that was shocking!
God damn it.
Wait, if he's still touching him, he's not. Well, I mean, I guess if he's grounded, it might. I don't know. I feel like he'd still get shocked as well.
Yeah, maybe.
The telltale
Hey, you know.
sound of a taser being discharged.
As long as there's enough time for her to tie up one person and leave the other one unbound.
Yeah. The air crackles. Something whizzes by, almost too close to my ear, followed by the thud of something blunt connecting solidly with another object. The next thing I know, the towel strangling me has started to loosen. I collapse on the floor, dazed and gasping for air. From my peripheral, excuse me. Don't mean to burp like that. For my peripheral.
I mean, it goes with the sound effects.
Yeah, fits.
And after a bean burrito and some mineral water. Though the haze of blood rushing and sound slowly filtering back, the button buckles. He spasmed once. Then, without much of a fuss, falls face first beside me, knocked unconscious by the 50,000 volts of electricity and fucking rolling pin.
That's awesome. A fucking
Keep me out
rolling
for a
pin.
while. I have no idea I should laugh or cry at that. Somewhere in front of me, my oxygen-depraved brain vaguely registers of Isabella's form. She slumps on the floor, also breathing heavily. Right next to her, hands trembling, both a taser and the rolling
Damn,
pin
they
lying
had a heart
useless and forgotten, while the moon in the room eases. A long, gradual process of tension lifting. For countless seconds, we remain quiet, with only a excuse me, only our short gasp and sigh to fill the silence, allowing the adrenaline ebb away from both of our breathing to slow. Not a true repose by any means, but simply a brief respite. There's still the curse. We're still inside the mansion in imminent danger. We still have no idea how to fix this. Outside, the rain seems only to intensify. Lightning flashes fleetly somewhere. White and piercing, the sky rumbles. No rest for the wicked. Ellipses. I stir first once recovered, having regained some semblance of sense and strength. Breathing still hurts, but it's bearable. As with moving, every small motion causes a wince, and there'll still be bruising tomorrow I can manage. Retrieving my gun from under the bed is easy. But with only some effort, I was able to drag the unconscious man to the far end of the room, snapping one hand of a handcuff on his wrist, while fastening the other on the bed frame. This should keep him restrained for a few hours in case he wakes up prematurely. Although this, Isabella stayed quiet. In fact, she hasn't moved since. Her hand still shakes and taking long draws of breath when she stares vacantly in front of her, almost as she is in shock. Perhaps she isn't expecting any results, spurred only by some kind of desperation. Now it's sinking in. Fortunately, we need to get moving. We don't have time to wait for everything to register in our heads. Kneeling in front of her, I give her a light shake.
Phil, we need to go. We can't stay here.
Slowly, she turns with wide eyes. Worry flickers briefly within them, along with the something ineffable.
Inexplainable, basically.
Then, without warning, she lifts a hand, snaps and slaps me across the face.
Somebody has to do it.
Ha yeah!
So satisfying.
This is the only thing we're gonna get here. The sounds of the crack air, shattering the silence like a fragile glass breaking. The Despite the familiar rumbles of thunders outside, it managed to ring louder above the storm. I didn't even know what hit me until my head had already snapped back, and my cheek stings with their anger. And it is anger. Despite of the stillness and the lack of words afterwards, not fuming, no, never fuming. The kind that burns lightly and soundlessly. Frustration instead of seething rage. But the ebbs are just as quickly as it flows. The one tide subsides, the only gleams in her eyes, warm, steadfast, and unflinching. Quietly, I braced myself for the truth underneath that gaze. It slips from her lips softly, never fading under the sounds of the rain still falling fast, as if not to wait for each of her words. Oops, sorry.
What is wrong with you?
Why are you monologuing?
Hold on, let me
I
think about
slapped you 3 minutes ago. Why haven't you said anything?
You know, I would love it if I could, like, edit this game, like, every time she slaps, all the monologues. Every time he monologues, she gets a slap from him or something.
that hurt like the last time that you slapped me about 3 weeks ago. It was sharp, intense pain.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
If Zach didn't slip up, no one would have known where you went.
No. One person knowing is enough, and any more than that, and
You almost died. He could have
There's like weird
suffocated
fairy
you.
tale music in the background now.
I told Zach to give me 4 hours. That would have definitely been enough time for...
It would have been too late. And by the time anyone ever finds out, you're already fertilizer.
She trails off and drags me one breath after another. A brief lull, and her frustration finally gives, dissolves to something more pensive and sombre.
Somber.
Sombre.
I feel like that was spelled out wrong.
Yeah. Her shoulder droops, although her voice rises hoarse and weary in her next words. Only certainty.
You count too, you know. When I said that night, when I told you that I don't want to lose anyone anymore, and that includes you, alive. We're still here, Ash. You have us.
Once her meaning falls, roar. It does not with force of dam breaking or a raging storm, but with a gentle, steady warmth of hearth burning, an amber slowly, lightly, rising and giving
Are you
until we
serious,
lift
Ash?
in this truth, and understanding, not alone. I feel like if you take all that line off and then just put not alone, never alone. That's all. That's all the monologue you need, bruh.
Apparently, sombre is like the more English spelling of it. Anyway, okay.
Alright. It lingers, even though we're both draft back into science and our words take root, because in the gratitude that swells after is another worth blooming. Pleasant, welcoming, like finding home, like finding ourselves in the haze of squall that's left, creating something fragile yet...
Are we gonna have another confession in the middle of like this danger and Johannes is like...
Well, you gotta remember, Rebecca says, hey, you dumbass. You gotta take care of that. This might be
She should say, hey, Doomcough, you should know that. Which, yeah.
It is
Sorry.
in her eyes, the way she holds my gaze, unwavering, the way she carries herself despite sitting amidst in the place that she fears, and the way she keeps herself from trembling and falling apart, because fears inconsequential when people she cares about are at risk. A change. She realizes that now, holds on to it. Another little thing, another small thing from her that may go unnoticed and pass by quietly, but will eventually amount to a lot of things. Tiny gesture that means nothing at first, but began to mutter to me that one day, until... Oh. Despite myself, a small smile slips from my lips as the same warmth from earlier unfurls into my chest. Unhurried, familiar, and bright from all these years I've carried it. I have never given the words for it.
Stop monologuing and stop smiling like that, Ashton. I'm not done scolding you.
But this time, I monologue some more. This time, they come easy.
I heard all of it. Don't worry.
Are you really okay? That guy hit you a little too hard on the head. You're acting weird. Here, let me...
I reach up as she extends a hand towards my face, catching her wrist in a light grip, drawing it closer, folding her hand in between mine. Although her expression does shift in wild confusion, she does not pull away like I'm expecting. She merely stares at it, searching. For her to allow a gesture from me, that's perhaps too close. It tells a lot of far things have already shifted in the past few years. Cradled in mine, her hand still trembles. Most of the tremors have already subsided now, though I doubt it will fade away this soon. Even I trace the lines of her palm, in what hopes and comforting gesture.
I'm sorry, Bella.
For what? Is this about what happened tonight? You can apologize later when...
No, well, this too, but it's not just about this. It's for a lot of things. Monologue way too much. Calling you clumsy and scaredy cat and careless and all those other names. And a scatterbrain too. Yeah, I remember when I called you that.
Are you sure this isn't a concussion?
Yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you?
Well, you don't really apologize, really.
Yeah, I know. And I'm also sorry about that too. May as well get them all out here. For all the times I've teased you and made you cry.
Is this really the time for this? They're like in a danger mansion.
It's
Yeah.
a time for everything. Unexpectedly.
It's always the time for love.
Hell yeah, especially when there's a
Right.
ghost coming after your ass. So, unexpectedly, her fingers tighten around mine. Our hands fall in between us as something tender shifts in the air. Another exhale. Another draw breath eases out of me, filled with every hesitation and uncertainty. But when I finally choose to break the silence, it's only when I know I will slip past my mouth is the one truth I will hold against the world.
But for all those callous words, despite all those,
Easy gonna do it?
there's nothing that I don't love about you.
There it is.
In fact, those things, I love those. And everything.
I like on the most important thing, he doesn't have a lot of words, and for everything else, he has a ton of words.
Yeah.
Like, I love things and everything.
Everything, that's you.
Yeah.
For a long moment, she offers no response. Her grips on my hands merely tightens. Although my heart's pounding hard against my ears, I take a chance to look up. Slightly leaning away, giving her a cautious glance, more than ready to hear her rejection. Instead, I found her at the brink of tears with almost unreadable expressions on her face. As she notices my eyes on her, she hastily reaches up and wipes it at the back with her hands. It does not keep them from falling soon. They trail down her cheeks despite her best attempts. To say this is panic shooting straight up to the base of my throat is a complete understatement. This is how I expected this to go.
Hey, Bill, did I say something wrong?
Why would you... I don't even have anything.
What?
I don't have anything. I'm not rich. I live off instant noodles almost every day. I'm a wreck. I can't do anything properly without someone helping me, except maybe if it's drawing, but that's besides the point. I didn't even get to graduate, even if I was close. I'm not even sure if that scholarship will get me anywhere, and still really broke. Never since I came here, the 5 years you've known me, I've just been trouble. So why would you even say all that? I'm I don't get it.
Maybe it's the moment itself that spurs me into it. Desperation, the fear of almost dying. And I've already said more than what I
Are we
usually
really
allow
doing this
myself.
over Johannes' body
Might
right
as
there?
well
Okay.
finish
In the back.
before I lose my nerve. No matter the reason, I reach out for her. Gently. I still don't like the way she she barged into our lives so many years ago. The way she came in would have been a terrible impression on anyone, really, and yet it's people like her that you don't easily forget. Instead, that gradually worms her way into a person's life, and until the very thought of losing them becomes unbearable. Isabella trails off on my palms, brushes against her tear-stained cheeks, but she neither pulls away nor pushes my hands off. Rather, she looks at me wide-eyed, another searching look. I only have one answer for that.
It doesn't matter. I can teach you how to hold the taser just fine. All of that is still you, and that's enough for me.
No promises, only truths. Perhaps the only genuine thing I can offer her at the moment. We don't even know what will happen, nor will survive this. So instead of words, I lean in, our foreheads briefly touching, before brushing my lips tenderly against hers. Ooh, woo! What?
Oh,
Okay.
It's like the dead body.
God.
And now he monologues.
It's like,
Damn it, I have to monologue
Unconscious
about this
Johannes.
kiss.
Can you imagine like Johannes waking up and being like, "What the hell?"
What the hell?
What the fuck? Y'all haven't gotten out of. Y'all still here?
It's like, he's like, what the hell? This is a shitty soap opera. with ghosts."
Yeah, and he's sitting there going, "That was a good kiss, yeah."
Pulls out like the handgun that he
Damn
kept.
it, Johannes! I didn't hire you to idolize other couples.
When you touch it, that's anybody touched. And then he like snaps the freaking handcuff in half and then proceeds to strangle both of them.
Oh God. Alright, time to monologue about this kiss. God damn it. The kiss is nothing intimate by any means.
As far as kisses go, this is kind of at the bottom of my list.
The brief seconds once her lips touch when she tenses, unsure. A long moment of not knowing what to do with her hands until she settles them on me. Slipping up in my arm in a light grip, afraid, too afraid to make the mistake or hurt. But for now, it's enough. It's the closest we can come to it. Rather than give out empty promises or grand proclamations, we have this. Something she soon understands. Her shoulders with ease, and she permits me to draw her closer, deepening the kiss. Softly and gently, a short second of simply allowing the world to melt away around us. This roar above anything else. Like every little thing between us has built up to this one single point in time. Moment that becomes ours and ours alone. Something too cold to close until all of this is over. Part later, to the sounds of the world rushing back around us. Thunder, rain, and lightning, all to remind us both of the reality we have to face. Enough to dampen the mood and force back the worry I've temporarily forgotten. Yet I glance back at Isabella. All she asks for me is a small smile, bright and hopeful. And it is strength enough. One that I'll try to draw from. And the rest of my forehead against hers one last time, before leaning us both out, her hands in mine. Ellipses.
Aww.
If I were still doesn't go back, we still make our way downstairs. Trickly considering the stairs to the attics are a bit old. One misstep, anyone might end up slipping and falling. You're lucky if that is all that happens to you. The stairs this steep, a broken neck is our likely outcome. Oh, excuse me. Thankfully, Isabella's here to guide me through the darkness. She knows the place better than anyone. After all, in spite of all the misfortunes it has brought to us.
Careful, the floorboards over there aren't very sturdy.
Right on cue, the same board I'm stepping on creaks suddenly breaks, and the pieces falling somewhere to the dull, with a dull thunk.
Oh shit. Scumbag won't be too happy about that. Ow, my foot.
See, I told you so. You never listen to me.
They renovated the whole mansion, and they can't even replace one tiny part of the house?
Oh well, why don't you file a complaint to BRC then? I'm sure they'd be thrilled to hear it. You know, it's a rush job, and a lot of people died.
Yeah. Outside, the winds have intensified. Even from there, I can hear the gusts battering the window in the attic. Makes you wonder why, up until now, the only person I've encountered from this house is the butler.
I fell asleep.
To some degree, that makes sense. He's in charge of running the place. Where are the other servants, though? In this storm, anyone wouldn't want to stay inside, a likely assumption they're all asleep. The route I've taken doesn't really pass by the room I likely assign as the servants' quarters. However, they have also heightened security. I brushed it off earlier, thinking they'd be posted a lot closer to the master's room we are. But the second floor is devoid of anyone as well. As if every inhabitant of this place suddenly disappeared overnight. More importantly, where's that scumbag? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. The fact they were right here in the middle of the fucking middle of it makes me all the more queasy. The feeling only escalates when we reach the landing and Isabella swings the door open. She pauses abruptly at the doorway that I almost ran into her. A look of confusion in her as she looks wildly around the place, wordlessly taking in her surroundings. With each turn and shift of her eyes, her shoulder only grows tenser and a look of apprehension slowly dawns on her.
Isabella, what are you?
We aren't supposed to be here.
No shit, we're trespassing. We have been the whole time.
Yeah, sure enough, when I look up, we're standing right in the kitchen, pots, pans, and all. In the corner, Zach and Rebecca almost watch us as surprised to see us. And Michaela's also with them. Of course, she doesn't listen to me even if I've already exceeded the 15 minutes we agreed on. Although colors and strength seem to already return to her, enough for her to be able to stand unassisted. The empty plate on the counter appears to have played some part of that. Good news, I guess. As for the other two, however, relieved as I am, they have had the sense to wait and not venture deeper into the mansion. I can't keep but roll my eyes at both of them.
Zach, I said 4 hours. What are you doing?
I know, but Isabella Ashton, come on, bro. You know I ain't a very good liar.
You come here to save my life? And it didn't even occur to you to stop her?
We all tried, right? She was at the door before we could say anything.
How did you guys even get in here? You used like the front doors.
All three of them exchange a look. One that I absolutely don't like. In the end, this is Isabella who speaks up, albeit a bit of a hesitation.
We heard someone scream, Ash, and it led us here.
Without warning, the door behind us should slam shut.
We need to get out of here.
Screw right. I need to get these people out of here. Luckily, we're in the kitchen and have two ways out. The back door and the cellar offers. Except the hatch won't budge. But when I pull it, neither does the door back. Neither does the back door, as if something is locked firmly on the other side. Zach also give it a few tries, but even with the big guy's strength, it won't open. There's a long bout of silence in which we all simply look at each other, likely sharing the same thought. We're trapped. Something or someone has intentionally led us here. Fuck! In that same moment, once realization dawns in, something shifts again. Blood. In every nook and cranny, over every surface, and every inch of the floor. This time, unlike the first one I've seen, it remains, and gradually the whole room begins to reek of that familiar metallic scent. Sharp, suffocating. Around us, every object, including the cupboards, have started to rattle as well. Alright, it's a poltergeist, so put it into your journal, guys, and for phasmophobia. Just kidding.
Yeah.
The sounds from outside forbidding the rumble of thunder. Even the howling winds have begun to fade away, replaced by whispers, shouts, and cries of pain. Although inaudible, each beat note bombards every crevice of my head with vague images and sounds. There's no time to make sense of everything, however. I'm already shouting, fueled purely by adrenaline, barking orders and making a break for the door that leads to the next room, the dining. It should take us straight to the foyer, where the main door is.
Foyer?
Foyer?
Run to the foyer.
Right in front of us.
Foyer.
Foyer.
Can't pronounce that.
The R is basically silent for some reason.
I hate reading things that are supposed to be silent. Alright, right in front of us.
It's
The
French,
mansion.
I think. They got weird letters.
Yeah. The mansion.
The English is like.
Yeah. Right in front of us, the mansion has started to change, and we're in the thick of it. However, instead of the dining room, likely is supposed to open to, the bedroom welcomes us instead. The image that lasts only a second, but before bloods begin to seep into the room, filtering into the walls, trickling every nook and cranny, everywhere. Furniture shakes and every beam rattles. Before we can even step back to the horror gradually unfolding in front of us, the door slams shut. A loud thud bringing a sense of dread and chill creeping up on each of us. Along with it is another realization. The whole place is reordering itself. With the door closed tight behind us, showing no signs of budging. Even with the sheer force, there's no choice but to go forward in hopes of all gods that would lead us to an exit. Until then, running is the only thing we can do, spurring but nothing but fear and a sense of desperation to live. Oh no, it's the ghost lady, I think.
It's useless, Ashton Frey. Stop monologuing.
I have to, for it's my character development that I'm only going to get. But with each room we pass, it becomes apparent the house has no intention of letting us leave. It lured all of us here with fallen for it, and now we're playing a little game with us, a sordid form of amusement.
God damn it, this is just Monster House, the movie.
Their laughters are the only thing we can hear. With every hall we come across, and doors slide open, the hope of finding exit merely dwindles. The gun in my head is useless here. I am useless here. Some fucking genius I am. I'm some fucking person to trust I am. All of those, they mean nothing in the face of the unknown. Ghost lady.
Finally figured it out.
Finally figured it out, huh, Ashton Frey? Just give it up. All of them will eventually die because of you. Boo. And you were going to die alone with your monologues.
Bruh, shut your fucking mouth, Ghost. They're my friends, they came here for me.
You know it's true, though. Your monologues are the worst. All of them are terrible. All of it. It's why all you can do is tell us to shut up. You don't want to hear a single word because you're already aware of it and you just want your own words. You can't even admit it to yourself. Who's the coward now?
I feel like Ashton's the only one that can hear this, but it's actually just another voice in his head that's talking.
Probably, but no matter how hard you try, you're not going to be able to save anyone with your useless monologues.
The more gruesome this place turns, the bleaker our chances simply get. I'm never going to monologue at this rate. The wails and scream fill our ears as we pass by. Words from a time and people long gone, laced with nothing but pure agony, calling out, reaching out to us. Their voices are almost too real, as if we are the only ones trapped here, that there are others begging for release from this wretched place. Or maybe it's all just a show, a taste where eventually will be, souls forever held captive in a never-ending nightmare.
Mother, Janet, Mother, take me with you, please. I can still hear her. She's here. Help me, please. I sense a guy with monologues coming and I just don't want...
Is this what the curse is? What's it mean for all of us? The letter to not a morbid cry for help, but an invitation? A beckoning for unexpected souls to be dragged into the place of horrors? To be put under centuries and centuries of torment and agony? Suddenly, dying a painful death seems preferable, enticing than ending up here, living in a tortured existence. Or perhaps it's all the same. Still, hope warms its way to me. Not a usual thing for someone like me. But after going through countless doors and corridors, every little signs of hope I'm willing to cling to, as long as I get us out of here. We're back in the dining room again. How long have we been running? How long since we left the kitchen? At some point, I lost track of time. With the windows barred tight and the sounds of lifting in the air, nothing but shouts and shrieks is impossible to tell. Not that it matters at the end of this sight. Shelves and furnishing bars a door, each strained with the blood and gore. And that's if the situation is as desperate as it is. I'll find different ways out. But there's still a gap left at the topmost part of the person can go through, as long as you use the shelves to climb.
And it's an exit, all right.
From here, I can spy familiar walls of the foyer. Foyer.
Hooray!
Like, yeah. Relief. Only relief washes over me. Although my legs have been strained, taut by all that running, every bone and muscle in my body aches. There's only an easing. The sense of tension relieving and the energy back flows through me again at the sight of an end. No sooner I'll be leading out of it. Zach helps Michelob first, assisting her up through the gap before giving a hand both to Rebecca and Isabella. The moment the ladies are in, I nod for them to go through.
Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. Go ahead. I'll watch your back.
Surprisingly, he does without any protests. Not that there's any need to. Sometime after entering this room, this whole place has calmed down. No wails, no whispers, just silence too deafening. But I'm not letting my guard down. Not until everyone's on the other side of this nightmare safe. For all I know is this might be the calm before another storm. Without further incident, Zach makes it to the other side, and I'm following after him. However odd this hush is, I turn my back from it and climb up. It's a tight fit, but I manage to squeeze myself in. The unease remains, though. Maybe it's the adrenaline still coursing through me, or how easy as everything has been after living through that nightmare, fleeting as it is. But for some reason, someone's still nagging at me. Call it a detective's instinct or my training or not, I have a feeling something's going to happen and catch us unprepared. Unconsciously, before dropping down to another better side of this stream, my hand shifts to the gun at my hip. Instinct has never failed me before. My feet hasn't even landed firmly on the floor when... Oh, I think I know who this is.
Had I known there would be a party in my own home tonight, I would have opened a bloody bottle or two. And also some earplugs, because if I have to hear any more of that man's monologue, I am going to kill him with my own 2 hands! People these days, in my own home, can you believe it? I feel so left out. Seriously, I have not had to do this. I have not been able to voice this character in 5 sessions.
I understand the mood. But don't worry, we have a whole session catered to you after this. A chill seeps into every vein in my body. All of a sudden, every ache, every pain returns to me tenfold, and my knees threaten to buckle at the sound of his voice. Though it appears friendly, I know everything but... Wake up, you fool!
I mean,
You gotta hear my freaking
Why are you
monologue.
getting upset by Luke of all people?
He's my arch nemesis as he's falling asleep during my monologues.
How dare he?
Fuck it, I'm just gonna do it anyways. Prepared like 6 sessions up to this fucking moment. Once then, I spent investigating a man like him over a year and holding a grudge against him for more without knowing everything about him. He quirks, his habits. I'm familiar with all of them. And right now, Luke fucking Wright is beyond pissed. Shifting my gaze upward is nearly too painful, knowing the danger. Not to me, but to those who have been lured in here by the curse. Oh shit, he's got a gun pointed at the crew.
A gun
Party!
He's got a gun.
No.
Alright.
A gun, my kingdom for a gun!
Holy shit, he's packing heat already. Alright.
Does Ashton wear fingerless gloves? I knew this about him. He is a sword.
Oh my god. It completes the rest of the outfit, honestly.
Yeah. Alright. The handgun catches my eye first, next to the smarmy smile on his face while he holds Michelob, Zach, Rebecca, and Isabella at gunpoint. It's sight enough to lodge a painful thorn on my throat. I've been too complacent. We focus on other things that I completely set aside the fact the scumbag will not be too pleased to see us here without knowing our reasons. But even with those good intentions, curses, and the ghostly apparitions aside, we're still trespassing in his home. The question is, if he's even aware the whole of his household has somehow disappeared, and he might be the only one here. Likely not. Fuck. Even with all these people who knows among the crowd, there's a significant effort in him not to simply shoot everyone in sight.
And really, Daisy, even you, what would Kylie say?
Luke, asshole, this isn't what you're thinking. You have to listen to us. There's something going on here. I'm using my teacher voice.
Obviously. Why else would people be trespassing in my home? What about little Lily over there, then? What's your excuse? Checking back if your clients are doing okay? Is that it? Is this what this is? We're doing good, by the way.
Sir? Please?
Please what?
Becca's right, sir. We need to get out of this place. It's haunted. You need to leave. We all need to leave.
Mansion's haunted.
Not a good enough excuse, darling. You people are the ones who need to get out of my sight.
You guys quit talking. I need to get back to my monologues.
Fuck no!
Too many people. It isn't about you, Ash.
Don't worry. I might consider pressing lighter charges for the women.
That's sexist.
That's super sexist. What the fuck?
This is an equal opportunity charge.
I can't say the same for the rest of you.
Gee.
I mean, seriously. Seriously, Ashton, why? Why is your chapter so long? But really now. I swear, the people of this city need to be taught the meaning of privacy. And I'm going to show it to them. This is how you want to start the week? Why don't we just go with a bloody massacre if we want to surprise people in their homes, huh?
Finally, I can monologue. Casually, he weaves the handgun at them, as if it's just a mere toy and his words have no threat. The safety off on his. Nothing stopping him from pushing through with his words. Call me paranoid, but the slight gesture I draw my own and level at him. Finger on the trigger, ready to release the safety's catch in case things go south. Ah shit! It's a quick draw here.
Quick time?
Hell yeah!
Oh my god.
It's just when it becomes a shooter.
Yeah. Oh shit! I mean, I'm ready for shooters. He's quick to train. He's quick to train his own on me, though. Just like that, we're at a standstill.
Now, feathers. Manners, I'm okay. You're in no position to be pointing that gun at people.
Is his jacket feathery or is it fur?
It's that my nickname. Yes, it's feathers. That's funny. That's even better.
Yeah, why don't you put yours down first? Then we'll talk about manners.
Oh, he talks back after labeling me scumbag on the narration. What the gall? You know, your kind pisses me off so much.
Shooting him right now would be so worth it. The way he stares at me like I'll be a damn pest. But this isn't what I come here for. I'm not the murderer as much as I loathe him. I'm not the kind who will kill people in cold blood for my own gain or amusement. The law will bring him what he deserved one of these days. At the moment, however, we're all in the same boat with this curse. He needs to understand that. The longer we stand here, the more we're wasting and losing, something we don't have much of. But how can I convince him? The scum is so full of himself, he prefers to hear the sound of his own voice more than my own monologues. What the fuck with those people around him? No matter how much sense they make. Probably the only way I can make him listen is I beg. No way in hell that's happening. Maybe I should eliminate the immediate danger and disarm him. Alright, should I disarm or beg him?
Is this the moment Where we find out if he dies?
This has gotta be it here. So
no, let's see.
Well,
I know the correct answer, but I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna mute myself right now.
I think our relationship with Luke might improve if we disarm him. He really likes when people are rough with him.
Considering the relationship, I highly doubt that.
Right.
I think disarm him sounds like the bad choice, and my vote is for the bad choice, so that's my vote.
So 2 for disarm too?
Let's beg, because I feel like disarming is just gonna be trouble.
Okay,
Beg.
2 and 2.
If we appeal to his ego, then maybe something. I feel like we could just show our comp badge and be like, hey, look, I'm police. Like, give me a second here. Like,
so
but probably
that's not an option.
I think that's where I'm leaning.
All right, so you're for beg, Nick? Because that'll make it 3. All right, 3 to 2. Anybody want to make the vote spicy?
I can't vote because I know which option is the right one.
All right, so
I'd like to vote for disarm him.
I know you're okay. That's 2.
You slipping, Ed.
All right, Chris, Senpai.
I honestly don't know, but what's more interesting, begging him to listen or disarming him, which could potentially just lead to us getting shot.
Everybody, yeah.
Which is interesting.
It
Think
is.
about how spicy that would be.
But watching Ashton beg, that could be interesting too.
Ashton's pride needs to go down a bit.
Yeah.
I
say beg
all the time.
All right,
Okay.
Brandon, do you want to cast your vote? Are you good, buddy?
Guess we'll just let him live.
You wanna beg? You want to beg?
I mean, it's 4 to 2, so.
Yeah, Chris voted beg.
All right, well, we're begging, so let's get on our knees and God, he's pulling the trigger on us. Nah, fuck that shit. We're going to disarm him.
I'm secretly hoping that Luke won't listen to reason and just shoots him.
God.
I mean,
I can't. You don't know.
I'm down for that.
Like, disarm him is more like attempt to disarm him, and he's also pretty trigger happy.
That's a good idea.
I kind of want to just save and then go back to this and see what it brings up to.
If that's possible, I mean,
there's nothing stopping you from doing that.
So yeah, so I'll just do that. But in that, we're going with this one. So we're going to beg. Please don't shoot us, Luke Senpai. I'll dial back my monologuing. Alright. My life is not the only one at risk here, however. There's Zach, there's Rebecca, there's Isabella. Holy crap, these story updates! Bigelow's here as well.
Yeah, there was a bit of a lag there.
There was unknowing victims in this fucking curse, and I have no position to pick who to save and who I should simply let die. I suppose my pride can take a few hits, and I set aside my beef with this asshole. Taking a deep breath, and slowly I lower my pistol.
Ha! Bitch! Boom!
Damn it.
Just kidding.
Let's see.
I mean, damn it, he didn't die.
Though it's still on the edge and ready. In case he does something, I do my best to assume less aggressive stance.
Hey, buddy. Listen, right? I need you to.
It's like,
you broke into my house, and somehow, you expect me to listen like a good little boy? Are you a bit touched in the head, Feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
I mean, if we're talking about tax laws, I mean, look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it so many times already. In fact, I can still easily shoot you right here, right now. And I'm definitely not calm anymore. And you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun. Wait, where are you pointing that gun at me?
Just like when you laugh, Justin, when he opened his mouth, it's perfect. Alright, suddenly he laughs and almost howling, in fact. Just like I told him, the best joke he's heard in all of his life.
Okay, wait, hold on. Is this the guy, I missed a lot, so way from the beginning, he was married to one of the characters, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
still
married to Hana. We haven't seen Hana for so long.
Oh,
Yeah, she's missing, I guess.
I might
okay.
be in
The
trouble.
butler,
Does no one
perhaps?
care that I've been missing? No one. Ugh.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. The only thing that's missing for him is to kneel over and start rolling on the floor, while I do my best to sock him in the end of my pistol.
You have guts, Feathers. You have guts, but you didn't beg properly. Seriously, that was the best begging you could do? Did you hear what you just told me? You just... Okay, seriously, who did not plug in their headphones?
Oh, I think it's coming from Senpai.
Echo.
What?
Do you have
No, no.
your headset? Because I see you.
Oh, are you on push to talk?
I mean, I'm not. No, I have a headset on. It's not.
Hold on.
I think it was a weird
Okay,
echo.
I think it's gone now. It's gone now. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Okay.
And it was kind of
Sorry, let me
dramatic.
try that again.
Huh.
Did you hear what you just told me? You just threatened me inside my own house. My own home. You know what I'm thinking right now? In another lifetime, we would have probably got along well. I mean, just look at all the fan art of
Oh my.
Yeah, in the Luke route, maybe things go.
In the Luke route, things go well. Alright, he's right on that, at least. I might have ended up like him if I didn't have the professor, Andrew, Rebecca, Zach, and Isabella. My mistake, it would have been too late for me. This laughter rings of all the possibilities I could have lived, but another has been given the choice. All because I have other people with me, people who care. A sobering realization, man. But not so much when suddenly his chuckling stops, and 2 heartbeats he marches towards me, grabbing my collar, and aims his gun right at my head. Isabella!
Ashton!
Wake up!
Luke, no! Asshole, no! I mean, I know he doesn't want me, but
Yeah.
still.
Hey, now you two. I'm sorry. We can talk about this first.
Oh, don't worry, this is just a water gun.
Water gun, damn it. At this distance, a slight flick of his finger on the trigger will do more than kill me.
What is it that you people really want with me? This is the second time this week, and I'm getting really wary of the game.
What do you mean second time this week?
Did the
What do you
NCA
mean,
send you to apprehend me, or somebody paid you off to kill me?
Who's the NCA?
Which one is it, Feathers?
I'm gonna guess like British Tax Society or something.
Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to meet the business end of this gun.
I keep my eyes trained on him in spite of the huge threat he poses right now. Because if there's anything people like him, like us, prefer its honesty. You don't give that impression without keeping a silent eye contact.
Okay, I'm not with the NCA. I'm just here to help. I'm a cop. That definitely won't make things any better. There's something else in this house, and we're all in danger. You have to believe me, right? You need to let us go. You need to get out of here before it's too late. If you want to keep your sorry guts alive, you'll listen to people with more brain cells than you.
Why, you insolent!
His fingers move, but I am prepared, my hands ready to reach up and disarm him and knock him out. If I have to drag him out of this place unconscious and keep him from suffering the fates of every other person who has died in this curse, so be it. However, before either of us can fire a shot or tackle to the other ground, another voice echoes throughout the foyer, right? Foyer. Like,
Oh, also, Luke, could you read this paper real quick? Could you tell me what it says on?
says you're a little bitch.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, my bad. A little thing compared to the storm raging outside. It rings above it, nonetheless, causing all of us to stop and turn. Hey, it's poor Hannah.
Oh no!
She's being freaking mangled by the ghost, threatening to squeeze her
Why
neck.
has no one asked where I've been for like 15 episodes?
I asked about her.
Marianne would have if she hadn't been in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was gone for even longer.
At the top of the staircase, Hannah Wright stands. To make matters worse, the things behind her, menacing, a rotting hand wrapped firmly around her neck. She looks like death. Pale and shaky, her eyes red with tears. We nearly don't hear her as she pleads.
Luke, you useless bastard, help me, please.
Outside, another streak of lightning flashes and a clap of thunder ripples across the sky. As if this whole thing can get any more foo-bar than it already is. Ellipses. Double ellipses. Hey! We finally fucking made it! Holy shit! This is the perfect time to stop it right here. Holy shit. Oh, goodbye monologues. Holy shit.
Oh my god, to say that I'm scared of what's happening
It's fucking
is a
over.
gross understatement.
Oh god.
We're almost done, guys.
I need to put this Frodo meme.
Oh my god.
I can't believe we're almost done.
I guess we didn't die.
Thank God.
Can we see how long Luke's chapter is? Like, it's short, right?
Yeah, it's really short.
I thought
It's
so.
a branching tree.
Yeah,
It's like he has a lot of like branches, but it really goes really.
I think
quickly.
I think if you remember all those random quick updates, I think it's gonna go very parallel to his. I think.
Yeah, I feel like this doesn't give us a good view of how long it is because
look at all that. Hold on, let me do it this way. Because we're like roughly here last time. Like it was like 65%.
Yeah.
But now
that's interesting. Some of them we don't even seem to have a choice. Almost if it's locked.
It's kind of like guided by our previous choices.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
if
feel
we had them locked
like-
in dialogue in a previous. Okay.
Yeah. Like
Because if someone's already died, you can't get a route with them, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it takes
Or
us
if
to
there's,
like other scenes that
a piece of information that we didn't pick up in a different route, then we can't use that in a later route.
Because we never got to see the church that's in the beginning intro because we never talked to the priest.
We never even went there.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, we're already on a path with Luke. It seems at the start.
Yeah, so he seems like he has a lot to it too, but I think it's gonna
It's
be
really-
where
it
all
goes,
of
it
it.
goes really fast, honestly.
All right, so this is a good time to stop it here. So
yeah.
Why didn't we kill Ash?
Well,
And now why did you kill him?
Y'all let me down.
we could go back to it.
Think of Isabella.
I mean,
His
Do you wanna-
monologues are
wait,
done
wait.
anyway.
What are you saying? Do you want to kill him then? Do you want to go back and kill him and just
I
Should
don't
we
know, I'm
see
just
what
wondering,
happens?
is this death scene kind of long?
Yeah,
'Cause
we have.
if
'cause
you
we
do
can,
this,
we can just go experience it.
Yeah, you wanna have time to do it?
Okay.
Maybe we
I
just
mean,
get dark.
might as well since we're here. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's
We
speed run
haven't
this.
seen a single death. We've kept everybody alive.
All right, fucking disarm him.
Yeah.
Disarm.
Sorry about this. I really don't have time for you.
I don't think twice with the span of a heartbeat. I'm moving and pulling it on the trigger. 2 shots in quick succession echoes across the foyer, and then both hit their true mark. Oh damn! He found the hand.
Oh!
Right recoils it with a sharp cry of pain, like a little pussy is. Where the pistol falls useless to the floor with a loud thunk, a clink, and followed by the drops of blood from his fleeting wrist.
Why, you insolent!
He's down in 2 successive steps when I attack him on the floor, pinning him hard in my arm. Before I can knock him out with a solid right hook, an agonized wails burst through the tense air, loud enough to echo along the dark, empty halls of the mansion, piercing through every occupant of the foyer, to cover the ears and close the eyes. Then, all at once, there are images. However, there's no time to make sense of all of it. Amidst the discord and the sound, something whizzes past by, too close, too swift. A brief kin blur barely registered in my eyes, like an arrow quickly fading, finding its mark, and heading straight for...
Isabella!
Time slows to a stop. In one moment of clarity, my body moves on its own, heart pounding against my ears, blood rushing through every vein. Spurred by only adrenaline, a desperate bid to reach her crouch, unsuspecting foreman. I didn't even get to yell for her the second time. I didn't even get to call her name. Ellipses.
Ashton!
Oh, shit!
Oh, God, no.
Damn.
An acute pain burst through my chest in the next instant. All of a sudden, everything around me feels too sharp. Every edge, every point.
God damn it, Ashton, you can't even die quickly.
Right?
Give me a minute. This is my final monologue. All right. Even with the act of drawing a deep breath alone stings and burns my lungs with an intense ache slowly spreads throughout my whole body. Feel numb. Hand comes away bleeding, shaking, while I can only let out a wet, ragged laugh. Soon, without warning, I'm going down on my knees and the whole world is pitching sideways. An arm, warm and welcoming, is on me the second I stumble back, catching my fall. Isabella has always been warm, after all.
Ash?
Her hands are shaking, her lips quivering while she looks at me with the wide, fearful eyes. The tears have started to form at their corners, starting to spill at any moment, and a pang of regret hits me with the sight of it.
Ashton?
Even for the last time, I can't even give her a reason to smile.
Hey, you're crying again. So don't give me that look. Scaredy cat. I've told you, it doesn't suit you.
Consciously, despite the stabbing aches shooting up to every moment, I reach a trembling hand to wipe them away. Crying has never looked good on her after all.
You look so ugly when you cry.
Jesus. Wait,
That's
what?
worse.
Okay. Oh man, look at that.
Oh my god, what even is this?
What is that? Is that like a...
I think it's like
a spear.
It's like a fire
spear
poker
or an
or
arrow
spear.
or
I don't
really
some
know.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midway, she meets my hands, catching it in a light grip. As she's too afraid I might break, though I'm already am. Just slowly, the pain is easing, everything going cold.
Shut up with your monologues, Ash! You're dying! Don't move, alright? Just stop talking, stop monologuing.
Guys.
We'll get you a doctor or someone. Just stay put. Stop monologuing. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I like to agree with her in that, rest assured. Now I'll monologue why I won't live through this. But I've gone through a lot, survived a lot of shit. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm done for. Whatever hit me, a hole to the chest is fatal enough. I don't think I'm going to bounce back from this. Dying.
I'm sorry.
I should be afraid in this moment. Yet I'm not. No fear. No dread. Just acceptance. And in a deep regret as she appears before us. Her voice echoing through the foyer. Top of the staircase, Hannah Wright stands. To make matters worse, that thing's behind her, menacing, a rotting hand finally wrapped around her neck. It looks like death. I think we read this line before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything's the same. Right?
Damn it.
Just died randomly.
I told you, didn't I? Everything you're doing is useless, Ashton Frey. Die
Wait,
and
can
stop
I, like,
monologuing.
Can I skip this? Oh, this is new.
No,
okay.
that was new.
And now you're dying, you meddlesome fool. Just die faster, stupid monologues.
Outside, another streak of blah blah blah. Here, the only whispered, fading breath. Low heartbeats, hard last one-line time. She's got one thing wrong, though.
Even in death.
Ellipses. I did not die alone.
Oh.
Got her.
Ellipses. Hey,
Alright.
we unlocked a memory
A memory
fragment!
fragment.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.